Welcome back, Gridiron fans. Reporter Megan Vancelo is with me on desk. We're taking a look at a big matchup in the TVC Hawking, Wahama and Belpre. Now, Megan, both teams were at the top of the conference last year, but they haven't been as impressive so far this season. What is happening with these teams, and what do they need to fix to get a win on Friday night?
Well, when you look at Wahama, they came out in the beginning of the season 42-0 against Ravenswood. However, that's not that impressive of a win when you look at Ravenswood, who has yet to have a win so far this season. They went on to lose to Waterford and Southern, only getting 6 points between the two games. So going ahead, they really need to get that offense going. They had those 42 points in the beginning and only 6 since then. They really need to start making connections and get some points on the board. And when you look at Belpre, they struggled in the beginning against Fort Fry and Trimble, and those guys are really tough competitors. So they came out last week with their big win against Federal Hawking, 46-7, and I think that got the ball rolling for them, and so I think that energy is really going to help them moving forward.
I mean, if you look at Belpre, they moved up all the way to number 3 in our power rankings. Certainly looks like a turnaround. And so what happened in the Federal Hawking game that they need to keep going Friday night, and will we see that on Friday?
Well, Belpre really relies on their ground game. I think when they played against Trimble, that defense is really tough. So when they switched to Federal Hawking, they're obviously not as strong as on defense, and so their run game was able to work. Tavion Miller, Dejon Bedgood, and Matt Colvin all have over 100 yards on the ground. These guys are really fast-paced, and everything that they were doing against Federal Hawking started to connect and started to work, and I think that's really going to happen for them this week against Wahama.
It certainly could go that way, but you know, Wahama certainly could bounce back. Which way do you have this game going, Megan?
You're right, Andrew. Wahama is ready for that bounce back, but I think Belpre just has that edge on them. I don't think Wahama's defense is strong enough to handle those 3 guys. I think Belpre will come out on top.
It's certainly going to be a great game and a great atmosphere at that game. There are great atmospheres all over our coverage, and we're at one every week for Fan of the Week. So make sure you add us on Snapchat so you can see some selfies of our host, Justin Holbrook, along with some other great pictures and videos. For reporter Megan Vancelo, I'm Andrew Homan. Thanks for watching.